So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and here it is. I've been promising an update. Sorry it's taken me so long. What an update on what? Well, that rant video that I did a while back about the Goodwill, and one that was telling me they were going to throw away stock. Yeah, so let's get into the video. I'll give you a couple updates, and I'll let you know where we are as far as me going back to Goodwill doing hunting. So what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the JeffMan316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host, as always, JeffMan316. Yeah, that's me, JeffMan316 Live. Why don't you come over Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern? Usually, that's when we do it. We watch along to a movie and talk about pop culture or other things like Goodwill. Yeah, this week somebody reminded me or asked me, hey, are you ever going to do that Goodwill update video you keep promising? Well, here it is. So if you're not familiar with the channel, or if you're new, I'll put the card up here, whatever they call it, to where it links to my Goodwill Rant video. And the short and sweet of it was, I was in the Goodwill store, one of the ones that I used to frequent pretty regularly, and I haven't gone in there much lately. I'll tell you why. I got interrupted with somebody trying to pull stock off the shelf while I was looking. Not going to go into the ins and outs of that. Kind of pissed me off. But in the middle of that, also, I found out that they were pulling stock to quote unquote throw away. At least that's what the lady was telling me. So I was a little bit upset. Kind of went off on a rant in that video about why would Goodwill throw movies away when I personally said, if you're going to just throw them away, I'm a physical media collector. I've got a YouTube channel. I could give it away. I could keep it. Why not give it to me? And they told me that was against their store policy. Well, either somebody is giving me the runaround, or they didn't know exactly what they were talking about in that store, and there was something else going on that wasn't as bad as throwing the media away. And what is that? Well, I'll go ahead and give you the ins and outs. The first thing that I did was, after I posted that video, we joked about I should have just went dumpster diving. Well, based on what I'm hearing, it wouldn't have done me any good to dumpster dive. And why do I say that? Well, I spent a couple weeks calling the local stores trying to talk to a manager. I never could get confirmation from anybody. It's like they were avoiding me. Number one, the manager either wasn't there one time. Number two, they were busy and they took a message, never called me back. Number three, it was a different store, and they said, well, that's not what they do. And I tried to get them to confirm what they did with the media, and they said they didn't know. They just packed it up and shipped it off. So I don't know what that meant, but it was like they wouldn't give me any details. So I almost felt like maybe they did throw it away and they just weren't admitting it.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
So I went back and forth with the people on the phone, never got any traction. So I went to the local Goodwill website, and I submitted a support ticket. And I basically told them in the ticket, I'll read it to you. I recently stopped at a Goodwill store in my town and was shocked by the experience. While shopping for physical media, I was interrupted by a worker who was pulling movies off the shelf. As I looked, I asked what they were doing. They told me that they were over 5 weeks old and that they needed to be pulled and replaced with new stock. I asked what would happen to the old stock. The employee told me they would be thrown away because they didn't sell. I told him I was a physical media advocate and that I was not into streaming only. I liked to actually have the disc. I asked if they were going to throw them away, could they donate them to me and my channel if at all possible. I said I would possibly myself even donate them to an assisted living facility or people that watch my channel. I said, is this really the policy in your stores to throw away stock? What could be done to change this? Why not pull them and give them away to people like me? Why not put them in the front of the store and let people have them for free? I've seen that in other people's videos. Please let me know your thoughts. I'm going to post a video on YouTube about this experience. People are as shocked as I am, and that was based on my first video that I posted. But I did tell them I was going to do an update. So I didn't get anything. So I sent several emails. I finally did, about 2 weeks later, get a response from, it says Tara, T-A-R-A, from Goodwill Industries International. Said, hello, JeffMan316. I put Jeffrey, JeffMan316. thank you for reaching out for your concerns. We're sorry to hear about that experience you had. We'd like to get you in contact with your local headquarters so they can address your issue head on. According to your zip code, your nearest headquarters is listed below. We've included the contact information and we forwarded your email. Your feedback is greatly appreciated. They gave me a phone number and an address. Now, that is the city that is probably almost 50 minutes to an hour away from me. So the headquarters is not in the same city where I shop. So I did call that number and leave a message. And I also went to the contact list there and sent another email. So I went back and forth a couple times with that, and I got no traction. Nobody ever called me back, and nobody ever responded to my emails after that. That was the last one that I received.
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do?
So I was starting to get a little pissed. So what I did was I said, well, if they're not going to respond to me locally at the stores, and I just refused to set foot back in the stores after the treatment I got. So I know it's stupid. I could have went in and tried to talk to a manager, but I wasn't wasting time, and they weren't going to get my business if all they were going to do is throw away stock.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
So a lot of people commented on that video and basically said they boycotted the stores as well when they did stupid shit like that. But either way, so I said, I'm going to out them on social media. I went and looked, and the Goodwill that they gave me the address for actually has a Facebook page. It's called Goodwill Industries of the Valley. And I went under one of their most recent posts at the time, and I gave them basically a cut and paste of that email that I read you about. I shopped at the store, blah, 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 throwing away, blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't let me have it, wouldn't donate it to me. Can you confirm what happens to the stock? And about a week later, they did finally respond. So this was the only official response that I've ever gotten throughout this whole experience. It says, hello, Jeff. Thank you for letting us know. When items are removed from the shelves in our stores in this area due to rotation, they are sent to the outlet store. We apologize that you were not afforded the opportunity to purchase those items. That's not true. I never said that. I could have purchased them. They were pulling them and they said they threw them away. So they kind of seemed like they avoided my comment. But I did put that in the post. We will work to educate our team members better about the next steps when items are rotated out of the store. So what I did was I looked up the address of the outlet store that they mentioned, and it is an outlet store. Now that store is even farther away. It's over an hour from me. So I told my wife, I'm not going to go there now, but I'm going to take their word for it. But maybe in the future when I'm going towards that area, I do go there a couple times a year. Maybe I'll go to that outlet store. Now, from what I see online, people talking about it, it's one of those bin stores. So I'm assuming what happens is they get all of the movies or the DVDs, Blu-rays or whatever, VHS. They dump them in one of those bins and probably sell them like in some of the videos I've seen for like 50 cents a piece. So based on that, I'm going to have to take their word for it that they don't throw stock away in my area like I was told. But it's just funny. Why did it take so long for them to respond? I don't know. It seemed fishy. But it said, because it's an outlet store, maybe I will wait. Maybe I won't pass judgment now. Maybe I'll go there and check it out for myself. But in the meantime, I have decided that it's probably better for me to support not Goodwill, but physical media. Because even if they were going to throw it away, I decided that it would be better if I went in and quote unquote saved a couple of movies where if I did buy them, at least they wouldn't eventually get thrown away. So I'm going to take their word for it. I'll eventually validate that by going to that outlet store, and I'll let you guys know if I ever do. But I'm going to go ahead and start going back into a couple of my local stores. And in the meantime, since I've waited to record this, I have went in at least 2. Now, I will tell you this. I'm a little disappointed. So it's been over a month or longer since I've been in a Goodwill, probably almost 2 months. There's 3 Goodwills that I normally go into. One is in the opposite town for me that I don't work in, that I go to when I go usually to a movie. I went into that one recently, and their movies were gone in the last 2 months. They had 3 DVDs left. They had about a shelf full of those old children's movies that aren't worth anything, and they had some vinyl. But they didn't have any DVDs or Blu-rays other than those three. And I asked, they said they haven't been selling well, and they just aren't gonna. They haven't been didn't have any to put out. So it was just weird that the last month or so leading up to this issue that I had, they were fully stocked and wide open, and something happened since I've been gone. Yeah, since you've been gone, where they stopped selling movies. I don't know what's going on. So then there's two other ones that are in the city that I work in, and one had a decent amount of stock the one day I went in, and they've even changed it. It's not on that shelf anymore. It's the one that I went in and got the pushback from. They've moved them onto a bookcase. So I'm going to do a little hunt in there where you'll probably see some footage here soon. And then there's another one that I went into, and they've also reorganized a little bit, and they did have a few movies in there. But the stock is nowhere near what it was in any of those stores. So I'm wondering if they're going to stop selling, or whether they just haven't randomly gotten new stock in donated. Either way, I'm going to support it as long as they sell the media, and you will see a couple of Goodwill videos popping up on the channel in the coming weeks. I apologize for this video being too long, but I ranted long enough that I wanted to provide a rant update. So let me know about your Goodwills in the comment down below. Do they still stock movies? If they do you buy any? What kind of pricing do you guys have? Do they ever go half price like they did in this one? Like before they pull them, yeah, I think on the Sunday before they go down to like $1 everything in the store. But some movies were only $1 anyway. But either way, let me know about your Goodwill experiences down in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like button. Do that with all the videos. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Do all that normal YouTube stuff. Like I said, come over and watch us live. Watch out for the next Goodwill video. Probably post sometime within the next week. And it might be a second video because it depends on how long the footage was that I recorded. I don't remember, so I might need to break it up into two. But at least one, if not two, Goodwill videos coming soon. I really appreciate the support you guys have been giving me. And until next time, boys and girls, well, maybe we'll be doing another rant or store hunt or Big Lots hunt or something. This has been JevMan316. I'm your pop culture reporter, and I'm signing out saying you guys be safe out there.